They called him the man who walked too slow. In the dusty town of Willow Creek, where dreams seemed to wither under the scorching sun, Eli Carter was a shadow of a man, hunched and quiet, his boots scuffing the earth like they carried the weight of his broken hopes. At 42, Eli felt life had passed him by. His small grocery store barely paid the bills his wife had left years ago, and his daughter, Lila, dreamed of college, but had no way to pay for it. Every night, Eli sat on his porch, staring at the stars, wondering where he'd gone wrong. Hopelessness clung to him like dust. One evening, Lila, with her bright eyes and stubborn heart, placed a crumpled flyer on the table. It announced a marathon, 26 miles across the county, with a $10,000 prize for the winner. "You could do it, Dad," she said, her voice trembling with belief. Eli laughed, a hollow sound. "Me? I can't even run to the mailbox." But Lila's eyes held something he hadn't seen in years: hope. That night he couldn't sleep. Her words echoed. Maybe one step could change something. The next morning, Eli took that step. Not a run, not even a jog, just a slow walk around his backyard. His knees ached, his breath was short, and the neighbors smirked from their porches. "Eli's chasing dreams now?" they whispered. He felt foolish, his heart heavy with doubt. But Lila's smile when he returned, sweaty and panting, was enough to make him try again the next day. One lap became 2, then 3. Each step was small, almost invisible, but Eli kept moving. Doubt was a constant companion. The town's laughter grew louder. "He's too old," they said. "Too slow." Even Eli's own mind betrayed him. "You're nobody. You'll fail." One rainy afternoon, he slipped in the mud, his ankle twisting painfully. He sat there, soaked and defeated, tears mixing with the rain. Quitting seemed easier. But then he saw Lila watching from the window, her hands clasped, her eyes pleading. For her, he stood up. For her, he took another step. Eli's small steps became a routine. Every dawn he walked, then jogged, his body protesting but slowly adapting. He studied runners online, learned about pacing, breathing, endurance. He couldn't afford fancy shoes, so he taped his old ones together. He couldn't buy energy gels, so he carried water in a cracked bottle. The town's ridicule didn't stop, but Eli began to tune it out. Each step was a promise. To Lila, to himself. He wasn't running for them. He was running for a future. Months passed. Eli's walks turned into runs, clumsy at first, then steady. His body grew stronger, but more importantly, so did his heart. He started to believe in the impossible. The marathon was approaching, and though he wasn't fast, he was consistent. Lila made a sign. "Keep going, Dad!" She'd wave it during his practice runs, her cheers louder than the town's doubts. Eli realized something. Small steps weren't just movement. They were defiance against despair. The marathon day arrived. Willow Creek buzzed with excitement, but not for Eli. The crowd cheered for the young, the strong, the favorites. Eli stood at the starting line, his patched shoes and faded shirt out of place among sleek runners. When the gun fired, he started slow, almost invisible in the pack. People pointed and laughed. "He'll drop out by mile 5, they bet. Eli ignored them. One step, then another. His legs burned, his lungs screamed, but he thought of Lila, of every dawn he'd pushed through, of every doubt he'd silenced. Mile after mile, runners passed him. Some dropped out, exhausted. Eli kept going. His steps were small, deliberate, like the promises he'd made to himself. By mile 20, the crowd's laughter faded. They saw something different now. A man who wouldn't quit. At the finish line, Lila waited, her sign held high. Eli crossed it not first, but not last either. He collapsed into Lila's arms, tears streaming down his face. The crowd was silent, then erupted in applause. He didn't win the $10,000, but he placed high enough to earn $2,000, enough for Lila's first semester. Eli stood taller that day. The town stopped laughing. They started asking him how he did it. He'd smile and say, "One step at a time." It wasn't just about the marathon. It was about the grocery store he saved with that prize money, the college fund he built for Lila, the man he became. Each step had reshaped his life, brick by brick, breath by breath. He learned that small actions done with faith could move mountains. The power of small steps is this: they don't demand talent or luck, only courage. Eli's story spread through Willow Creek, then beyond. People started their own small steps, writing a page, saving $1, forgiving a wrong. Eli's run became a symbol. No dream is too far if you're willing to start small and keep going. Life doesn't ask for giant leaps. It rewards the quiet, stubborn faith of moving forward, one step at a time.